All right, so Washington gets the win over Oregon, clinching their spot in the college football playoff. If all the favorites win, they have a date with Michigan. If Michigan happens to move up to 1 or something happens, could be playing Florida State, Texas, Alabama. Don't know who they're going to play, but they are in the playoff as most likely the 3 or the 2 seed. So no matter what happens, they're in. These two teams don't disappoint. This was another great game here. First half, I thought Washington was going to kind of run away with it. They were kind of dominating. Oregon was getting a lot of hate on Twitter, Bleacher Report, and probably deservedly so. They have been overranked by the committee. But Washington, nonetheless, this is about you. You get the win, head to the college football playoff, book it. Let's go through some stats here. Bo Nix for Oregon, 239 yards passing, 3 touchdowns with that pick. Now, both teams kind of threw picks back and forth there. Penix threw a pick. Nix threw a pick. You get a pick. You get a pick. You get a pick. Everybody gets a pick. So, throwing it back and forth there for a little bit. Oregon really couldn't get anything on the ground going, but they don't, run it too much. But they kind of went through some spells there until that last drive in the fourth. I think they had 11 yards in the fourth quarter. So, Washington was really shutting them down at first. In that first quarter was really shutting them down, not letting them get anything going whatsoever. Nix led them in rushing, like I said, with 69 yards. Nice. James and Irving couldn't really get much going here. On the other hand, Washington, Penix, 319 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Dillon Johnson, that's the guy right there, 152 yards, 28 carries, toting the rock, 2 touchdowns. And then McMillan and Odunze, however you say it, over 100 yards receiving. So I've been skeptical of this team all year, talking about Washington and of Oregon, obviously, but that was maybe justified here. I don't know. But Washington has been hated on since they won that game. Yes, they've been squeaking by, but they did beat Oregon. I still don't understand why Oregon was favored in this game. If you bet on Oregon, sorry. But Washington apparently took that personal. All right. Oregon was playing for clicks. Washington was playing for wins, as Dan Lanning would say. But Washington took that personal that they were the underdogs in this game. Like I said, even after being undefeated, after beating Oregon already once. A little crazy there. But they get the job done here, get the dub. Like I said, they've got a date with somebody, maybe Michigan, maybe Texas, maybe Alabama, maybe Florida State. Who knows? But they're headed to the college football playoff. I don't know. I'm hesitant on if their O-line and D-line can keep up with the big boys as far as like Michigan and Georgia, Texas and Alabama, Ohio State, those type of teams. But we're going to see. They're in the playoff no matter what. Like I said, at the lowest, they're the 3 seed. Might move up depending on what all happens. But no matter what, they're in. Let me know your thoughts on Washington down in the comment section. Also, let me know your thoughts on Oregon. Was the college football playoff committee justified here? Did Bo Nix's completion percentage, justify their ranking? I don't know. But tell me below, do you think Washington has a legitimate shot at winning the national championship? Can they play with Michigan? Can they play with Georgia? Can they play with Texas? Can they play with Alabama? Can they play with Florida State? Can they play with Ohio State? Let me know. Comment down below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe.